Okay, everyone. Hello, everyone. I am now live streaming. Just give me a second here. All right, hi everyone. I am now live streaming. I'm going to be live streaming the MakerPen BootCamp. This is the third class of the third class, which is going to be over terrain. If you guys would like to participate and watch and have fun, that's great. I will have a moderator or a couple of moderators moderating the chat. During this time, we'll just take it easy. We also have some screen mode players in here as well that we'll be creating during this class. We do not have a big class for this one, but I think this is a good opportunity to stream it and have a little fun. I'm just going to take a look at my live stream just for a moment and pick up my moderator. So my moderator would please answer within the chat so I can make you a moderator. Just say hello. Great. All right, that's awesome. So now we're going to get started. This might be a little bit boring to you, and I'm sorry, but you'll learn some really cool stuff. If you guys don't want to, that's fine, and you just want to hang out and have some fun and share some really good knowledge. This might be something that you already know. We do have a lot of cool things coming in the future for terrain, but this is something that we're going to be teaching today for the MakerPen BootCamp. Yeah. So I'm just going to switch around, and we're going to get started here. All right. Okay, I'm adding the teacher role. Hello, everyone. We're going to get started at the MakerPen BootCamp. Here's all the amazing students that we have. We have Trunks in here, we have Delicia in here, and we also have Victorious in here as well. He was in our past MakerPen class, I think in the summer MakerPen class, correct? Or was that the...
Yeah. Summer. It was roughly that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and
so.
now he's teaching the Jedi course, which is like creating your own weapons, which is really cool. All right, but we're going to get started here. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining into this class. We are just going to go over really simple steps, and then we're going to go over to more complex stuff, and then we might go over terrain, more like tubes, so that you guys can get a handle. The tubes are a little bit higher level, and we'll see where we're at to get to that point. First, we're going to start off by building a very simple basic terrain. We're going to come back to this over and over again because these are the most basic steps to creating terrain. All right, I want everybody to pull out their MakerPen menu. And when you look at your MakerPen menu, you're going to have snapping. So go ahead and select off snapping because this whole time that when we're creating terrain, we want to be off snapping. The reason why we want that, we want things to look more organic. And we want not to look too structured in any way. We're not making any forms of structure. We are just doing organic stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and move this real quick. It's not supposed to be over here. Cool. Great. All right, so I want everybody to open up their MakerPen palette. You're going to find the palette. If you're on screen mode, you'll find the little icon that looks like a little palette symbol. Go ahead and open that up and then select cube. You're going to select the cube on in your MakerPen palette, and then you're going to just pick a terrain color. I'm going to pick a dirt color and then select a green color because that really works pretty well for terrain. This is dirt, just simple stuff. You can do sand too. Sand looks nice as well. All right, so now that you have that selected, let's go ahead and draw a square. Now, when you're drawing a square, you want it to have enough mass. The reason why you want to have enough mass is you're trying to get these really nice kind of like cornered bubbles, and gives a little more organic feel. So go ahead and try to make kind of a square. It could be a little bit larger as well. Go ahead and just like scale that using your scale tool there. Make sure it's like enough mass. You don't want something like this necessarily. Or it looks like a little square and it's really thin, and the bevels on the edge of the square are really, really small. We want to give it enough mass so they kind of bubble out a little bit more. So I'm going to just go ahead and make this scale this up a little bit more to give a nice curves there. Yeah, and I would actually add this to be a little bit wider as well. Yeah, let's give it a little there. There you go.
A little bit
Cool.
taller, possibly.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, that's good.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, I would actually just extend it just a little bit more. That would be a little bit more easier for you. You could technically work like that, but it just gets kind of it becomes kind of a hassle when it's just a rectangle. Yeah, there you go. Very cool. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Good job. All right, so now what we're going to do is I want everybody to go to their move tool. Go to your move tool. And then I want you to move your shape like this. So you should be off the grid and you should be able to move your shape like this as much as possible. Oh, okay, hold on. We want to make sure that you have a much more massive. So go ahead into your select tool. I mean, sorry, not your select tool. Go ahead and select your scale tool. Select your scale tool there. You're going to scale it up.
I've been trying.
Okay. Yeah, so once you go ahead and open up your MakerPen menu.
Oh, we got it.
Oh, there you go.
A
Little more, little more. Just a little bit more. So once you... Nice.
You got it. Oh, we got it.
Oh, there you go.
Keep going.
Oh, Claire, I can hear myself through you.
Other way.
Other way.
There you go.
A little bit more.
Going.
Oh, Claire.
Other way.
Other way.
Keep going.
Oh, just a little bit more.
Now you're going
Just,
the other.
yeah, just a little bit more. There you go. Yeah, you got
Go
it.
the
You're getting it. You're getting it. Cool. All right. So again, I want to see everybody move their shape like this because I want to make sure that you're not on move to rotate. So we want to make sure that we can move our shape just like so. All right, cool. So go ahead and like place that in the world like as a diagonal because right now we kind of want to create bumps in our terrain. So we're thinking about it as if we have a small little person running across the terrain, we kind of want to see how they're going to run. We don't want them to run into all these kind of bumps. We don't want them to get stuck somewhere. So we kind of want to think about that when we're actually building something. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of a slope here. And then I'm going to select my clone tool. I want everybody to select the clone tool on their MakerPen menu. All right, cool. Yeah, and then go ahead and like clone that. And as you're cloning it, drag and clone. So when you're dragging and clone, you're going to slightly overlap the other shape. And when you do so, you're going to get this really nice kind of transition here. This is what we're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this. This is what we're looking for here. Yeah, look at that.
A little bit at a bad
Very
angle
nice.
as well.
Very nice. Okay, yeah. And actually, I would actually add a little bit more depth to these. So like I would scale this out this side here just a little bit more. It's going to be a lot easier for you to actually mess around with. It's kind of hard to,
Good
yeah,
job.
there you go. That's getting better there. Cool, getting there. Yep, and then you can go ahead and like clone it and then use your rotate tool to adjust your settings. So yeah. All right. X-ray. I want you to go ahead and open up your MakerPen menu. Yep, you're getting the hang of cloning, but I want you to go ahead and open up your MakerPen menu. When you open up your MakerPen menu, are you on the edit mode?
Edit.
Yeah, you are. Okay. When you're on the edit mode, I want you to go ahead and rotate your object. So make sure that you're editing and you're going to be rotating one of these objects and slowly overlap the other shape with your move tool. Ooh. And then just go ahead and use your rotate tool. So your rotate tool will be on rotate. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is good, guys. Cool. All right. Once you guys have that, I want you guys to go ahead and clone your shapes. So go ahead and select the shapes that you have in front of you, and then you're going to go ahead and clone it once again. So once you clone, you're going to get these kind of like really nice shapes. As you're cloning, overlap the shapes just like you did with the other one, and then you're going to get these really nice overlapping crevices here. And that's exactly what we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and select these and just go ahead and show you. There you go. Good job. Good. Great. Awesome. Nice. We're getting there, guys. Getting
Because
there.
it's both on separate.
Yeah.
When you click the select tool and select both, and you clone it, it will both.
All right. Very good. Lost somebody there. Cool.
Way around.
Yep. There you go. Awesome. Good job.
Yep.
All right, great. So now we're going to keep doing that. So now that we have that selected, we got some of our shapes, we're going to go ahead and clone and keep doing that. And I'm going to show you some really cool things that you can do with just this technique. And this is just a really basic way of understanding and overlapping shapes that give you a more organic look within your terrain. So I'm going to go ahead and clone, selecting and cloning all my shapes here. I'm going to go ahead and just clone one of these shapes. Clone and overlapping my shape as I'm going. And I'm getting these really nice angles coming in. And that's exactly what we're looking for. Just note that this is just an exercise, and this is just the first step of getting the hang of terrain. That is it. All right, so great. I want everybody to come up here just for a second, and I'm gonna go over a couple more things, and then I'll meet with you with your new terrains that you guys are making. So if everybody would just come up here for a second. All right, cool. So you notice that how I'm like kind of trying to keep it level. So what I'm thinking about is like if I have a little guy running around across this terrain, they're not going to be running into a bunch of stumps like we see here. Now if we want this to be smoothed out, we can go back into our scale tool here. Go back into edit, of course. Go into our scale tool here, and then scale that to the proper location. So we're just trying to even it out as much as possible. We don't want a bunch of bumps similar to like this and this. This is not something that we really want. So if we do see that in our terrain, we want to make sure that we're scaling. And actually, yeah, I think you're too young to be here, okay? Yeah, too young. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to delete this now. So now you can see. No. He was under 13, guys. He was under 13. So, so now it looks really nice and smooth, and yeah, you can see that. So, all right. So now that's what I kind of want to see with you guys. So if you guys go back to your terrains. Alright, so like you can see, like there's a lot of bumps. This is okay to have, but this is not kind of what we're going for right now. So I would like go ahead and like scale that in and try to smooth it out as much as possible.
Okay.
Yep, very good. Very good. Nice. We're getting there. We're getting there. Cool. Yeah, and you can go ahead and manipulate this down. Go ahead and use your scale tool, manipulate this all the way down, and then you can have your several options. Yeah. Yep. You're getting there as well. So go ahead and like scale this one into this outlet. Oh yeah,
It
you can move it down
says
too. That
Brave
works too.
Koala at Brave Koala Prince_Wolf.
All right. Very nice.
Okay, so we're gonna just do.
Cool. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. One thing that I'm noticing is that we have a lot of bumps here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in here, and I'm gonna show you a couple of things. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take this and I'm just going to overlap it. So I'm gonna overlap the shape just like this. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to overlap it in a way where it's like seamless. So I don't want to overlap it like this where there's like bumps. Maybe there are a lot of situations that we might want this, and that's okay, but in this exercise that's not exactly what we want. So we want to make sure that we're overlapping the object in a way that it overlaps it in a very smooth and organic way. I'm going to go ahead and use my manipulate tool to go ahead and manipulate this object down here. I'm going to go ahead and scale that down. And as I'm scaling it down, you notice how it's like really have a really nice smooth area there. Go ahead and scale that up. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. As you can see, like it's pretty jagged. Now I can go ahead and move this just like so, or just like that. I can just do that. I can move it in a way. So that's, you're just trying to level the area right here. But I noticed that you have several different containers in here. So when you have several different containers, you're going to want to merge all your containers. You can do that by selecting and merging all your shapes here. Oh, yep. That's okay. That's all right. It's just an exercise. It's just an exercise. All right, great. Now, I'm going to give you guys a couple of more minutes to finish this up. And we're going to go over a couple of things here.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
I'm going to use yours as an example in about 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep, you got the
Very
idea
nice.
now.
Very nice. Yep. You're doing really good, guys. Doing really good. Now, you could just do whatever you want, but this is just a training exercise, like just to get the feel of trying to create something that has really smooth areas. But there's a lot of ways you can do it. All right, cool. All right, now I want everybody to go ahead and take a look over here. I want everybody to follow me to the center here. We're going to use Costco terrain here. So if you don't mind, I'm going to clone this.
Yeah, sure.
And I want everybody to follow me up to the top here. So you notice that we have like a really nice areas here. It's overlapping pretty well. We're getting some really nice shapes coming in, kind of creating our own shapes here. And that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scale this all the way up. Now, as you can see that I'm scaling it, it's looking pretty plain. So I'm going to go ahead and actually recolor some areas green. Go ahead and color some areas green here. Color that one, that one. Maybe that one over there. Maybe that. And I want to give some more dimension. So now that I have it scaled all the way up, I'm going to go ahead and I can go back into clone. I can just adjust my terrain by cloning overlapping shapes. And you can do this as you're scaled as well. So I can scale all the way up and go into manipulation tool, manipulate these little areas here. Manipulate and move. This. All right. I really like to be scaled up that way though. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and manipulate this area. by grabbing the little handles here. And then I kind of noticed that this has like a really big bump in it. I'm going to go ahead and clone this shape here. And I'm going to try to level the end of this. Wait, yeah. It's quite a bit big. I'm going to go ahead and level this with this. I'm just going to even it out there. Okay. I'm going to scale this in just to smooth it out the terrain there. Continue to do so. And do the same thing here. Oh, nope, I'm good. Okay, so this is what we got, guys. So no, another thing I'm going to show you is something very simple. I'm going to go ahead and add some kind of like a water texture, but I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm going to use a crash pad for this. I'm going to go ahead and use a crash pad and draw out a shape here. Scale this down and scale this up from the center. And then move it down. And you notice how it's like creating this really nice lake formation within this terrain. Pretty nice. Now, if you guys take a look here, I'm going to go ahead and freeze everything because it's going to be crazy otherwise. Freeze. Alright, so now that this is frozen, you can see that we have a really nice lake. We have a very simple terrain. This terrain probably just took us about like 5 minutes to do. And you know what? We can add a couple of tents. We can add a balcony. We can add some fire. We can add a camping site. It's pretty easy to do and really, really, really fun and quick, right? Good hangout map in like 5 minutes. Pretty cool. Alright, we're going to go ahead and select all these. And then we're going to get back to the next step. Oops. Okay, select this. Am I frozen that? Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's alright. Alright, let's go back. Alright, so I want everybody to go back to their places, and we're gonna allow you guys to save this as an invention. I'm sure that you guys already know how to save inventions. Make sure that you guys have permissions to save inventions. Yep, go ahead and save invention. So go ahead and open up your MakerPen, go to Make Invention on your MakerPen menu, and select the object that you would like to make an invention and follow the process. Now you don't have to save this because it's, you know, it's just simple shapes put together. But if you want to, you can.
Oh, I have the camera glitch.
Save it. Do not worry. I still have.
Oh my god, I have the worst luck when it comes to saving inventions.
Okay. I'm just going to give you guys a couple more minutes. Alright, so we're going to get started with the next one. And then this is another simple exercise. Now, you don't necessarily have to follow this exercise every single time, but it just kind of builds up what you will learn in the future and how you will make your own terrains in the future. So we're just going to start off by making a cliff. And it's pretty simple here. Once you are done with saving your terrain, go ahead and just delete it, and we will, we're going to move on to the next step. So let's go ahead and select a cube in our MakerPen palette there, and then let's go ahead and select a material. Let's select a dirt material and a color dirt material. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out a shape here. I'm going to scale it to a pretty good mass rectangle shape. And this is kind of like what we're looking for. So since we're building a cliff, we kind of want it to have enough mass, just like the last time, have enough mass and be quite longer. Yeah.
Should I make it a bit longer?
Wider from this angle.
Go ahead and make a shape here. Oh, yeah, you just recreated your invention, which is fine. Just go ahead and make a shape. All right, so now that we have this shape, I want everybody to, when we're actually thinking about, oh, yes, go ahead and delete this.
Wait. Can you delete it?
It's not
Have
even letting me
rejoin.
delete it.
Oh, I see. Hold on.
Something's,
Oh yeah, it's not highlighting.
Yeah.
Can you drop
Just
your
go
maker
for it.
pen for just a minute, Costco?
Oh no, did he crash?
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that's
It was
he
bad.
was in a weird
Deleting it.
state. He was in a weird state. Okay, cool. He'll
I'll
come
get,
back.
I'll get
Oh, I thought you-
Alright, so what we're gonna do is now that we have this shape here, we're gonna think about how we're gonna think about building a cliff. So what does a cliff look like? It has like some jagged objects in it. It's got some terrain sticking into it. It's got grass forming at the bottom. So we're gonna really think about that. So as we're thinking about that, we're gonna go ahead and pull out our object and do it at a slant. So we're gonna have our object just like so, at a slant, and then we're going to go ahead and clone that object. When we clone that object, we're going to clone just like we did in the last exercise. And we're going to tilt it again, clone and tilt it again, giving some like really nice kind of like jagged edges there. So this is kind of what we want. We're going to clone again. Might bend it a little bit more.
Pig, can you take your stuff down just a little because
sorry, yeah.
you're in front of everybody? Thank you.
We're going to continue doing that. Alright, so now that we have like these like kind of like jagged areas sticking out, and we have we're kind of getting this clip. Now we can even get into more details by just cloning it and then just kind of like putting these areas in. And as we're thinking about this, we're thinking about, oh, well, we can have like, you know, grass on top of here of some sort. We'll get to that in just a moment. And there we go. Pretty good stuff there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and check what you guys are doing. Alright, so this is looking pretty good, except since we are making a cliff, we kind of want some more jagged areas. And I would just like pop out these little edges a little bit more instead of overlapping them. Yeah,
stop
there you go.
this
There you
kind
go.
of pointy bit.
Add
I will
some
make
of the,
this
yeah,
smooth tubes.
that's looking really
So
good.
when you do go
And
into your
add just
palette,
one
you
more, I would
can
say,
turn
just
it
one more.
off. Oh, yeah, you might want to
This
turn
is
that
good.
off because there's a big difference when you look at
Very
tubes.
nice.
Look, when you look at this.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and tilt this and pop this out a little bit more. So what we're looking here is we're looking for a little bit more of a sharper edge. So yeah. Oh, that looks good. Looks good. Looking good. And I would actually rotate this one up a little bit more. Go ahead and rotate this one a little bit. Yeah, looks good. Good job.
Having a little bit
Looking
more
good,
space.
looking
When you look at
good.
Merisa's, it's got more of like a
Nice.
kind of.
Very nice.
You want to take?
Very nice. Cool. Well done, guys. All right, so now that we have that done, you guys are all doing a fabulous job. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some grass. So I want everybody to go ahead and take out, whoops, I'm gonna rotate. I want you guys to go ahead and clone again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stick this one on top. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and give it a green texture here. Green material. And as I'm placing this, I realize that my block is pretty big there. So I'm just going to scale this down, couple places here. And what I'm going to do is I want everybody to like really pay attention here because this is kind of important. So I want everybody to come up to the front here and just take a look. So just come up to the front. So as I'm placing this block in, I know you notice that I kind of scaled it right. So I'm going to take this and I'm off snap, you notice. I'm going to go ahead and kind of overlap it with the shape. So as I'm overlapping it with the shape, you notice that I'm getting this angle here. I'm going to go ahead and clone this. Oops, that's not cloning. I'm going to go ahead and clone this shape here. Yep. And I'm just going to kind of just what we did with the other exercise where we kind of cloning and overlapping it with the other shapes there. And you notice how I'm tilting it too. So as we're building this terrain, this cliff, it's coming up, and then we have the organic top part just tipping over just so slightly. We can even do that even more so, but we're just gonna do it just like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and just tip it over just like that. Just like that. And as I'm doing that, I'm thinking about how does this overlap with this? And this is kind of like blending in and overlapping with these objects here. Okay, and as I'm going through this, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to like scale this down even more because I want this to blend in more, and I'm doing that. So I'm not having these really sharp edges here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that down. Just like so. Alright, so go ahead and get started and I will meet with you guys. Yep, you're using tube. You're ahead of your game, man. Alright.
Yeah, I was just trying it out.
It's getting there. Yeah, good job.
Overlapping.
Good.
But it's bending.
That looks good. That looks good. That's exactly what you were looking for. So yeah, so what we're looking for was those transition between the dirt and the grass. So I would move it back and tilt it up just like, yeah, just go ahead and, yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah. That's good. That looks really good. So that's what you're looking for. So you have this edge coming in. It's kind of creating its own form of shapes between these two, cutting into this one, and then overlapping with that one, and just continue that flow. Cool. Yep. It's gonna be a really fun cliff there. Alright, so, yep, I really like where you're going,
I need to make this.
Riley, but it's feeling very structured. Very structured. So how is it feeling structured? Well, we have this shape, they're like really boxes. We got a really sharp line here. So we kind of want to break this sharp line a little bit more. And we can do that by just tilting it a little bit more up. Just go ahead and like rotate it basically with your move tool. I wonder if you're on a bad setting. Alright, go ahead and take a look at your MakerPen palette here. Go to your settings menu. And on the first page of your settings menu in your MakerPen palette, do you see don't rotate while moving? Is that selected or not selected? Is it selected? Okay, good. We don't want that selected. So make sure that's not selected. So I'm going to go ahead and get in here a little bit and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. Now, so what we're trying to work on is like we're taking this shape here and we're going to bend it. Bend it like this. So we're going to rotate it on the horizontal axis. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it,
so nothing's going to be perfect.
kind of angle it, and we're going to get that really nice kind of curve. So beforehand, we had these really sharp edges. And what we're looking for is these really nice curves
Okay, we got
to give it that more organic look. So we're going to get in here, tilt it, rotate it, And then now we have those shapes. Now you notice how we have like these kind of like sharp edges. We can go ahead and use our manipulation tool, select on the shape, and pull down. Yeah, go ahead and give that a shot.
I'm going to stick with you. Just you got it? Is your makeup working? Possibly.
Looking good. It's looking good. All right, so still seeing a lot of things what I've been seeing with some of the other players. So what we want to do is, this is looking really good, but what we're looking for is some really nice transition and blends within the dirt and the grass. And I'm going to show you how to do that just real quick, just a couple of techniques. All right, so I'm going to get in here. I'm going to go ahead and go into edit here. I'm going to select my move tool, and as I'm selecting my move tool, I'm going to go ahead and rotate the shape. So you notice how I'm rotating the shape? So I'm going to rotate and angle, right? So I'm going to rotate and angle. So we got that really nice crevice look. So it's like really cutting into the dirt. The grass is kind of lifting over this mound here is like what we're really looking for. And then we're going to come back in here, bend this way,
Okay,
try to overlap the shape with this one, and angle it
like that. Here.
just like so.
What? I'm sorry, I
We're
couldn't
going to
hear
do the
you when
same
you
thing
said
with
that.
this one.
Okay, you need to be tilting
Yeah.
the other way. So
Yeah. So go ahead and give that a shot. And then as you're doing that,
Okay, let go.
you can go ahead and pull them into the mounds. Because right now, like, they're kind of like
Oh, you
sitting
want
on
me to
top of
tilt
this
this
mound,
way?
which is fine. Which
Yep,
is fine.
watch.
That's still fine.
I'm
But
just gonna
this
do
is a
one
different
for you, and then
exercise,
you
so I
can
want you to try
kinda
to
get the idea
branch
of
out and like learn
skill
some new
what you're doing.
techniques. So we're gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and angle.
So you're gonna blend it. See that seam? Blend right in.
So we got that really nice transition. So we have that nice kind of curve is what we're looking for.
See that
Thank you.
blend?
It looks more natural. More natural.
So that's how
There
you
you
want to do
Go ahead and give it a shot.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice. Good job. All right. All right. Let's get in here. Okay, so one of the things that we're noticing here, window, is that we have like these really sharp edges are poking out, which is fine. This is fine. But we're going to learn how to like blend them even more so. And the best way to do that is to actually tilt this object here. So we're going to go ahead and into this object, and we're going to rotate it on our move tool. So I'm going to take this object here, go into edit actually. Ooh. Oh no, you're editing it, it's fine. Okay, actually I'll edit this one. So go ahead and I'm going to tilt it. As I'm tilting it, I'm going to kind of like rotate it a little bit more, and we're going to get these really nice kind of smooth, organic curves. So yeah, you just moved it and now it became more straighter, which is still okay. All right, so now we're going to get into this one. And we're going to rotate just like the same. And we're going to try to match the top of this corner with this one and overlap it just like so. And just tilt it. So we're tilting it so the land is coming over the cliff here. And then we got it kind of look. And then what we can do is manipulate this. Like the back. Take the manipulate tool this way. We can extend this tool, not this tool, but this shape. And then you're going to get that kind of like, this is what you're kind of looking for. You want these different angles. We don't want like a straight line because it looks less organic. So we're going for a more organic look. We'll get to this a little bit later. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Ming. How you doing there? Yep, you're getting there. That's good. Okay, that's good. So that's exactly what we're looking for. So we're looking for these really nice curve areas cutting in with the dirt here, and it's creating some really nice blends. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to do the same thing.
What the? Oh, my thing's glitched.
Oh no, just go ahead and drop your
It's
MakerPen.
attached.
There you go.
Oh no. Okay.
That's all right. That happens.
It's fine. Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so what I'm gonna do here is, go ahead. I'm gonna show you real quick. So go ahead and drop your MakerPen real quick. All right. Go ahead and get in here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to move it, just like that. I'm just gonna tilt it, just like so. I'm gonna get these really nice organic looks, and then you're going to
Okay.
scale that in. And when that's what we're looking for. Now, this is still really good still. This is still really good stuff. But what we're trying to learn is how to like blend right now. So that's good stuff. And then what you can do with this one down here is that you can take this. Just go like that. Yeah. So good stuff there.
And a little bit.
So go ahead and like practice it and build whatever you like. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Trunks.
Hello.
All right. Cool. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Good. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a couple more moments before we move on to the next step. And we're going to still use this. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff here. So I'm going to give you a couple more minutes, yeah?
Right here. Gives you a nice blend.
Mhm.
That's how you, yeah, that's where you want to try to do that.
Getting there. It's looking good. It's getting there.
Mm.
All right. I'm going to give these folks a couple more minutes.
Yeah, I think.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is I want everybody to take their terrain. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of tricks here. Go ahead and merge these guys. So now I have one object. So now what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this part right here, and I'm gonna take my green part, and I'm going to kind of overlap it just like we did with the first part of the exercise again. And then we're going to overlap and just try to create this really nice fluid terrain. Just like so. So it's like we're having the green cut into the mountain here. We've got the green overlapping and pushing against the cliff. And so we have like several different angles kind of rotating in a motion. So that's what we're looking for. So go ahead and try to add some green. And when you're doing that, I want you to put it at an angle. So like I want to see this kind of flat surface. I want you to put it at an angle here.
Whole thing down.
Good. Good job, guys. Yeah, this is looking really good. Yep, getting there. It's looking good. Nice. Good. That's a good start. Yep. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, this is looking really good, so I will actually tilt it even more so. Like, I would actually tilt this even more so.
Okay.
Oh, more? More. Tilt it more. Even more so. Actually, I would come up all the way up to here and tilt it. All the way up. And then tilt it. There you go. Nice. That looks good. Looks
Job,
good.
Shanks.
Very nice. Very good. And you can scale the object. You can scale it in.
Here.
There you go. Nice. Yep. And then I would just rotate it to this area over here. Yep. And then rotate it back. There you go. You're getting it.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, good. So now that a lot of you guys have this, I want to make sure that you have this all in one container. So select all your objects on your terrain. So select the whole thing. So go ahead and select this whole thing. And then I want you to go ahead and merge it. Make sure it's all in one container. You want it to be all in one container. So make sure the whole thing is in one container. Great. All right, so now that we have this one container, guys, I want you guys to go ahead and clone this object and then overlap it just like you did with the first exercise and try to blend in the objects. So we're creating more of a cliff. So we created our part of our cliff here, and now we're creating even more so by just cloning and overlapping, cloning and overlapping. You can even tilt it to break up the pattern even more so. We can go back in there and delete some other objects as well. So, again, it's just an exercise,
Oops,
but
kids.
yeah. Good job. And you can get a lot like this. So once you guys have like created your terrain and stuff, you guys can like start making cannons just like this. So it's just like repeated, just a repeated cliff, and then water was spread over it, just like what we did with the first exercise here. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. And I want you guys to go ahead and like save your terrain as a as an invention, and we're gonna move on to the next step. Yeah, see, this is beautiful. Good job. Beautiful. Beautiful, guys. Awesome. You guys are doing amazing. Get you guys. And was this hard? This was just like put together in like 10 minutes. I think it was 10 minutes. Great. Look at you guys. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and delete this. Alright, so we're gonna go with the most basic terrain of
You
all
actually
time.
did it. No, I didn't do it.
Wait, I did? It just kind of clicks, but it doesn't save. I've been having...
You know when you like grab on, like when you move something, you don't.
Alright, so the next step to making terrain is going to be the most basic step. And this is the easiest terrain that you could possibly ever make. And the reason why it is the easiest that you can possibly ever make is because It's just like a couple of shapes, but the best thing about this terrain, it takes up less space in your room without using tubes, and like players can run all over it. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go back on the grid. So I want everybody to open up their MakerPen menu here and then toggle to the grid setting here. And then as you're toggling to the grid setting, go ahead and open up your MakerPen palette, go to shapes and select your cube. And let's choose a material that's like a dirt, and then let's go to like a green color here. I'm gonna go ahead and scale this to a kind of like a desired shape. And basically what we're looking for is a pretty good mask, just as what we were looking for before. I have mine at a very high snap level, so I'm going to change my snap settings to about 15. So I usually create at a position snap at 0.5 and a rotation snap at 15 degrees, but you might want to be at a higher snap. Alright, yeah, I would give enough mass to that, so I would actually scale this up here, just bring this up. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is looking really good. Good job. Yeah, I would actually scale this way though. Just like, let's make it a little bit bigger. Yeah.
I gotta find a way.
It up there. Nice and chunky.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Cool.
Where are you?
Alright, so now that we have that, I want everybody to open up their MakerPen menu again and then select clone. You're going to select the clone option there. Yep, and then you're going to see these arrows that pop up. I want you guys to go ahead and select the add symbol on the top of the shape. So we're just going to add the shape just like that. Awesome. Alright, so now we're going to go back to our scale tool here, and we're going to scale the bottom of the top of the shape, scale it down, just like so. Just about there. We're going to color this brown. No, actually, we're going to color the bottom part brown. Sorry, my bad. I'm going to go ahead and color the bottom part brown. Yeah, so the bottom layer is going to be the dirt, and the top layer is going to be the green part. So if you're finding yourself like you're scaling at a uniform shape, a uniform scale, which is a fixed height and width, you're not in your edit mode. So you want to make sure that you're selecting edit on your MakerPen menu and then pointing at the shape and making sure that you're in edit mode when you're scaling properly. Cool. Now we're going to go ahead and select both pieces here. And we're going to clone. And then we can like rotate, clone again. Oops. Go ahead and clone again.
Oh.
It's like Minecraft style, guys. Minecraft style.
That's going on a
Rotation snap to
soundboard.
15.
Yep, we're just going to continue cloning. We can even make some pretty good ones. We can like tilt. We can make some hills here.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, I got that one.
Just go crazy with it,
Trunk
guys.
Speaking Japanese.
Spamming me.
And then what you guys can do is like you can add like other little elements to it. So let's say I had a small little green shape here, and I can just go ahead and add that
No, that's
to my train. I'm gonna probably scale that up. And it's even more Minecrafty, like simple Minecrafty. It's not super. No. Alright, go ahead and put that in there. Kind of this really basic train, and I kind of have all these like
Am I in the way?
things like popping
No.
out. So I'm gonna go ahead and I can just scale these down, these shapes down to each other. Go ahead and scale this guy down. I'm gonna scale this over.
I think that's a hacker or bot that's DMing me.
Alright. So I kind of got this like really nice terrain, and I can just go ahead and continue cloning if I wanted to, if I didn't really care what I was doing. So like I don't really care actually at this point, but I can go ahead and continue to clone if I wanted to. Try to create these really nice basic landforms, and this is a very easy, simple solution to creating you know, a train in your room. So if you want a bunch of players running on top of this, this is a really good way of like creating that, especially if you have like a lot of circuits in your room and so forth. Good job, guys. Super easy. This is like the easiest one. Yeah, good job. Nice. Cool. So we're going to wrap this up in a bit, and we're going to go into tubes, and this is going to be the most important part of the lesson is the tubes. Tubes are great. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I'm going to go over a couple things before we go into tubes. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this guy here. Let's see what else. Let's see what else here. Yep. Grab this guy. And this is from Valhalla. Valhalla created this. Very good stuff here. So after what we have learned today, creating with shapes, you should be able to make this now without the tree. We haven't gotten to the trees yet, but you should be able to make this. Pretty simple stuff here. So you have the flat tops, the bottom, the flat tops, the bottom, kind of rotating in, and then you have the waterfall here overlaying. So you guys now know how to make these. After just doing a couple exercises, you guys can make these now. Okay. All right. We're gonna get into tubes now. Oh yeah, I just want to go over this a little bit. So simple cliffs again. We went over simple cliffs. Super simple shapes here. If I go into here, just overlaying the cliffs in a very simple way can create some pretty nice, compelling artwork. All right, they're very simple. It's not hard to do. You did them today, and you guys did a great job. All right. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with tubes. I'm going to get started by setting up my settings and showing you guys how to set up tubes. So just give me a second here. Settings. Oof, I'm hitting my desk. I better move this way.
No idea. Someone's DM spamming me on Discord. Like, bam, 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 bam.
Alright.
I had to shut off my speakers.
But
Literally, if you just make a random thing with like with tube, that, then you can just, as long as you just make it symmetrical, you can just like, where'd Cooper go? Oh.
Uniform shapes. No line to edges. Alright, got it.
Got people messing with the floor. Alright. That's alright.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna do it.
I see.
perfect.
Yeah,
Oh, Mr.
if it's bad, then it's most likely. That's the lesson. If you think it's bad,
Okay.
it's probably good.
Alright, gotta work out.
Okay.
Gotta make it.
Let's see here. I'm just
Self-confident.
gonna go ahead, go to my tube settings here. I'm gonna go off of uniform shapes, and then I'm going to go off the grid here, and I'm gonna go ahead and make my tube settings quite smaller.
I'm just carrying around a brick, you know.
Make
Wait, how do you self-scale again? I enabled self-scaling, but how do I do
Are
it?
you on PlayStation?
Are you on
Yeah.
PC or PSVR?
Okay, so
PlayStation.
Okay,
on
so
your left hand hold X, and on your right hand hold circle, and do like a clapping if you want to go big, and do like a reverse clapping if you want small.
Your left hand
you have to hold
on your
them.
left hand it's the bottom left, on your right hand it's the bottom right button. You hold those down and just put your hands together.
Are you pressing them both at the same? There you go. You got it. Hello.
All right, be careful about self-scaling. You can kick people out of the area. So let's not self-scale so big in this class.
Someone hit me, and I fell off the world.
All right, so I want everybody
That's
to go
rough,
back to their
buddy.
podiums real quick, and we're gonna actually get started. So I want everybody to go back. Now, there's a lot of ways that you can create tubes, but I'm just gonna go over some basic stuff here and fix the floor because it's not frozen. Actually, we'll just, yeah, we'll just fix it. I don't know what's going on here, so. All right, so now that, I want everybody to go back to their original positions. Go ahead and delete what's in front of you, and we're gonna get started. I want everybody to open up their MakerPen menu, and then open up your palette here. Go to your settings. Now, your settings are the most important things about tubes. If you want to create tubes, you're gonna constantly go to your settings. You're gonna go to the second page of your settings, and you're gonna make sure that you have your tube size always at the width that you like it. You're gonna have your tube ratio. You're going to constantly adjust these settings consistently. You have smooth tube and you have regular tube. So we're going to go over this really quickly here. Let me go ahead and select a different material. All right, so my tube height. So we have this tube height. Go ahead and make sure that shapes. All right, so we have this tube height. This. We have ratio.
Oh.
We can make it smoother. We can change our ratios to make it bigger. We can make our tube bigger. We can also deselect smooth tube and have more geometric shapes. So your smooth and non-smooth is very important, so always remember that.
That's weird.
When you're creating with tube, you always want to make sure that you have connect to nearby tubes. Or is that, yeah, connect to nearby tubes selected. This is the most important thing about creating, and especially for screen mode players. So if you're a screen mode player, you're definitely going to want this selected. All right. And we also have uniform shapes. So when you go on the first page of your settings palette, we have uniform shapes. This is the one of the most important things about tubes. Uniform shapes allows you to keep your tube very, very straight. Now, if you don't want your tube to be very straight and you want it to kind of do kind of a weird spiral motion, just like so, then you're going to want to deselect uniform shapes. Now, if you're on the grid, you get more of these kind of like jagged look here, depending on your grid settings, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. All right, so now I want everybody to make sure that they're toggled to their grid and their position snaps are, let me go over this real quick, it's kind of hard, is at 5, your position snap is at 5 snapping. Your rotation snap is at 30. And we have uniform shapes selected. We want to deselect smooth tube. So go ahead on your second page, make sure you deselect smooth tube. And then you're at full width. So tube size is at 25 centimeters. Tube height ratio is at 50%. And tube facet is at 3. Actually, we're going to make that to 10. So make sure that this one's all the way to 10. Make sure that one's all the way to 10. All right, so I want you guys to go ahead and select create. Actually, hold on. Yeah, my bad. Create. That's my bad. All right, so tube height ratio, I'm sorry, we're going to make that 100%. Yeah, got a little distracted there. So let's make sure that tube size is at 25 centimeters, tube height ratio is at 100, and tube facets is at 10. I'm going to go ahead and select a white kind of a color, and I'm going to go ahead and hold down my my tube, my trigger on my MakerPen, and then I'm going to create by flying up, keeping it straight. I get this. Yeah.
It's a pillar.
Good job. Good job. Now a higher snap ratio might be beneficial to you, but we're just going to do this right now.
What page? Where's?
Wait, Meriesa, is there any
Can I
way,
make-
like, to disable, like, how you're doing this, and then it, like, turns kind of against snap, and it's a little weird? Can you see that, or is that just me?
I can see it. I can see it. Right now, you're just going to have to use the snap tool to align it. We do have better tools coming in the future for tubes. So,
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
Great. Good.
Where's that
How do I
angle? Is
turn?
it?
I can't turn it sideways.
Okay, so that means that you're on a really bad snap. So I want you to go ahead and open up your palette here. Go to your settings. And I want you to go to your second. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, go to your first page on your settings in your palette menu, and you say don't rotate while moving. Do you see that?
What's a good sewn material?
Is that selected?
Oh,
Was that selected?
it's not selected.
Okay, it's not selected. All right, so that's not
A
the
good
case.
what?
I want you to go ahead and
Stone-
hold it down.
Sewn material.
Hold down your tube.
Oh, stone, probably
and then
that.
I want you to kind of, there you go. You got it. And then fly up.
Oh.
Oh, yep. It does take some practice. It does take some practice. Good, good. Good job. Boom. You already did it. You already did it. Okay, cool. Good job. All right. Awesome. So that was cool, guys. That was awesome. So now I want you guys to do the exact same thing. I want you to create this object just like so. And then as you are just like let go. So you have this object. So create your object, let go, and you kind of have this shape. Then I want you to reconnect your tube. You're gonna see that your tube is like snapping. As you're reconnecting, hold down your trigger and slowly let go off your trigger on your MakerPen. All right, slowly. There you go. Nice.
Wow.
Very good.
Can I?
Okay, so
There you go. You see it snap connect on it?
no, he
There
doesn't have.
you didn't-
Yeah. All right, so you want to make sure that you have connect to nearby tube selected. So window, I want you to make sure that you have this selected here. This is the only way you're going to make this possible if you have nearby tubes selected. Now, if you're on screen mode, I want you guys to go ahead and draw your shape just like this. You're going to get this. And then you have to go back into your palette, go to your second page, and then select a tube width. When you select a tube width, you connect your tube, and then you can manipulate your tube to the desired location. And then you can change your other widths by going back in, changing it, tube height. You kind of get these different looks. Good job, guys.
Move then,
Face stretch.
because when you have it on,
Good job. All right. It looks like you guys are gotten pretty good. So we're going to start with something a little more complicated. This one is not going to be easy, but it's going to teach you a whole lot on how to make a lot of different things in Rec Room, like how to make plants and how to make these individual flower pieces and how to make these really large kind of thin layers. Okay, so I want everybody to go ahead, and if you guys are really happy with what you have, you can save it as an invention, but I think it's more like, you know, random stuff at this moment. So we're going to start building our first tree. I want everybody to go ahead and delete the objects in front of them, or save them if you want to. And then I want you guys to select your tube. Make sure you have your tube selected. Let's select a wood texture. And I'm going to make this wood texture kind of like a brown color. And I'm going to select smooth tube. So we're going to be on smooth tube. So make sure you have smooth tube selected. All right. And then we're going to do exactly what we did with the first example. So we're going to hold down our trigger. We're going to hold down our trigger. We're going to let go. So I want to see this shape in front of everybody. Can everybody make this shape? Good job. You might want to turn that around. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Yep. So it's because you don't have smooth tube selected. You always want to make sure you have smooth and non-smooth. Good job. Get in there. So you want to go ahead and draw your shape. Pull up just a bit and let go. Hold down your trigger. Okay. Do you have uniform shape selected? Let's go ahead and make sure that you have uniform shape selected. Go to your first page of your settings in your MakerPen palette here, and then select uniform shapes. Yep. And now you are on, let's go to the second page now and select smooth tube. So do you see the smooth tube there? It's right underneath tube size. So it'll be on the second page of your settings in your palette. Select smooth tube. Cool. And then go ahead and try that again. Yep. So since you reconnected your tube, it kind of connected it for you. So let's go ahead and let's just delete all the objects in front of us. Cool. We're just going to try this again. Just hold down your MakerPen trigger, pull up, just pull up, hold it all the way down, all the way down. That's pretty good. It's good. You can just straighten it out if you wanted to with your manipulation tool, and you'll get it pretty straight there.
Yeah, that's good.
Good. Looks good. Good job.
It looks like a dot. I don't know what
Cool.
happened.
Looks good,
No,
guys.
no, that's fine.
Great. So I'm going to go ahead and redraw my shape here. And then now that I have let go of my shape, I want you guys to go ahead and connect your tube. As you're connecting your tube, continue to draw. Hold down your trigger, fly up just like I am right now. Slowly lift your finger off the trigger. Slowly lift your finger off the trigger. Yep. And that's okay. You guys can go ahead and manipulate your tree trunk to the desired location. So you can continue to make it longer if you wanted to by using manipulation.
There you go.
Yeah, so use the manipulation tool and pull it all the way up. There you go.
Meriesa?
Just go ahead and fly. There you go.
Meriesa?
There you go. Yes?
I cannot figure out what he's missing.
Okay.
We've gone through it a few times, but it just won't connect.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get in here. Let's see. Because it's upside down. Nope, it's definitely right.
Yeah, I made sure he did it all the right ways. It just does not seem to... See, it's working, but why isn't his working?
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start from the beginning here. So I want you to go ahead and open up your palette here. And I want you to go ahead to your first page of your MakerPen settings here. So we're going to make sure we have everything set.
MakerPen.
Yeah, so on the position snap, we're going to make sure that we're at 5. Position snap.
Yes, we are.
Okay, rotation snap is at 30 degrees.
Yes.
Cool. And then we have uniform shapes. Is that selected?
Yes, I have that selected.
Cool. Let's go to the second page here. And then we're going to have tube size. It's going to be at 25 centimeters. Do you have tube size?
Yes.
Cool. And then we have smooth tube. Let's make sure that's selected.
It's selected or unselected.
Let's make sure it's selected. How about that?
Ah.
Cool. And then we're going to do tube height ratio at 100%.
Yes, tube height ratio 100% is
And tube
yes.
facets at 10.
Yeah,
Cool. And then we have connected to nearby tubes.
that is on.
Cool, that is on. So let's go ahead and create. So we're going to create a shape. We're going to
Okay.
So we're gonna have it's gonna look sideways, and we're gonna pull it up. Very good. And then I want you to stop. Good. That's okay. That was pretty good. And then now we're gonna connect it. So we're gonna. Do you see your tube like connecting it? It's kind of like snapping it together. No, it's not. It's weird.
Yeah, I think he has it now. But it's always going off center. Is he broke?
Shouldn't be.
I can see it connecting properly at first, and then it goes way off.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna get in here and check this out here. It's definitely not connected.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna try something else here. So I want you to go ahead and open up your MakerPen menu again. Just go, and we're gonna go.
I'm gonna
off
go
snap.
check on the others.
Go ahead and select off snap, and then we're gonna go ahead. Yeah. And then I want you to go ahead and hold down your trigger.
So off snap?
Yeah, we're gonna go off snap.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna draw and hold down your trigger, and let go. Yep, just let go. And then we're gonna connect it. Try to connect it now. Can you see it? No. All right. So I think that you're in like some kind of weird state. Can you take a picture of what your settings look like on your MakerPen palette here on your second page?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. And again.
Yeah. So what I do when I do this, it's really hard. You always want to put the tripod on. So I always take out my camera, and then I just put the tripod on, and then open up your MakerPen menu, and then put it in front of you.
Okay.
You want to make sure that it's kind of far away so it stays within the frame. And then print. Go ahead and print. Ooh. Let's see here. All right, so let's see the second page of your here. Let's go ahead. Yep. All right, so I do think that you're in a weird state. So window, I want you to leave the room, and then we'll invite you back.
Yeah, there's something. Okay, I'm not going crazy then.
All right.
You go ahead, Meriesa. I'll get him back.
Okay, cool. All right, so everybody, I want you guys, now that you kind of have these really nice tree trunks, this is great. Yeah, you're getting there. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's draw our shape here.
Yeah, that's good.
All the way. There you go. Let go really quickly. And then you're going to draw another shape on top of it. So it's going to connect to the tube. Draw. And fly up. Fly up. Let's go ahead. Fly up. Slowly lift your finger off the trigger as you're flying up. There you go. And you got it. That's how you do it. Good job. And you can manipulate it in the place that you like it.
You've got the
But there you
bottom,
Meriesa,
and then you've got
Yeah.
the top, but you can.
I have to
grab the
leave.
uplet
Okay,
from,
no
So
problem.
you can like grab the top and try and
You
get.
learned a
it
lot,
in
though.
line.
Good job.
Yeah.
but obviously, let me do this for example.
All right. So we're gonna draw some leaves now. So I want you guys to go ahead to your MakerPen settings on your MakerPen in your palette here, and then go to your second page on your palette here, and then I want you to go ahead and toggle your tube facets, which is on the further right hand side. You're going to toggle that to 5, and then you're going to toggle your tube height ratio to 10%. It's going to be pretty thin there. And then go ahead and toggle your tube size to about 25 centimeters. If you're not already at 25 centimeters, make sure that's that. And let's deselect smooth tube. You can have smooth tube on, but I'm going to deselect it. Now I'm going to choose like a green kind of like look to it. Alright, so what we're going to do is exactly what we did with the tree trunk. So we're going to draw a small little one. We're going to take it just a little off. And we're going to get this kind of, it's going to look like this. It's going to look pretty small. I want you to draw like a really small. So you're holding your trigger halfway on your MakerPen, like about halfway. And you're going to let go really fast. So draw, let go really fast. Draw, let go really fast.
Yeah, I don't have uniform shapes on.
Yeah, make sure you have uniform shapes on. Good, that's good. That looks great. See it?
Oh,
You want us at 25 centimeters, right?
Yep, and then we're just going to do a halfway on your MakerPen trigger. You're going to get about that. Halfway. Make sure you're drawing it halfway. You're drawing full. Let's draw it halfway.
Wait, crap.
Okay.
I'm confused a little.
Yeah. So are you pressing all the way down on your MakerPen trigger? Okay, so try to not draw, press down. Yeah, exactly what you're looking for. So let's try to not press down all the way on our MakerPen trigger. Let's go ahead like halfway.
Oh.
There you go.
We got
There,
it.
you did it. Boom. Good job.
I was a little confused by halfway.
Yeah, I understand. All right, looks good. That looks good. Looks really tiny. That still works though, but let's try to make it a little bit bigger, Riley. All right. So let's go ahead and draw another one. Let's go ahead and draw about halfway. Let go really quickly. You're gonna get about that. Oh no, he crashed. No, good, good. He didn't crash.
No,
that's good. No. Okay. Well, I think Clarity will keep you up. Okay. Good job. All right. So now, what we're going to do is, I'm gonna go ahead and redraw my shape about like halfway, and then I want you to go ahead and draw it full way. So make sure you're pressing all the way down on your trigger, make it about full. So you're gonna get about this shape here. That looks good. Looks good. Good. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. I would make sure that your width is a little bit thinner, so I would do that, but we can go over that a little bit later. This is exactly what we're looking for, though, the technique. Okay.
Wait,
All right. Yep.
It's like a ribbon. I can't make it thicker.
Okay. So I want you to go ahead and go to your settings here, and I want to make sure that your tube size is at 25%. 25%.
Tube size, yeah, now it's at 25.
All right. So now I want you to go ahead and connect your tube and go all the way. Press down all the way. There you go. Good job. Okay. Delete that one. Okay. Cool. Now that we have that, now I want you guys to go ahead and reconnect your tube and let go all the way. So you're going to get this shape. So you're going to, your trigger on your MakerPen's halfway. Pull down all the way on your trigger and let go. And then just simply let go of your trigger altogether. So this is our first leaf here. Now, if it's not perfect, that's fine, because you can always manipulate it back to the position that you would like. So let's go ahead and we can always like curve this. So I'm going to curve this like So here is, go ahead and duplicate that and scale this up. And I'm going to manipulate this. I'm going to manipulate this down, just like so. Down, down. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a leaf look. So I'm going to come down and I want to kind of curve it. So about like, just about like so. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I would actually turn it around. Go ahead and flip it upside down. Yeah. And then put it in. Yeah, because then it has that really nice curve there. So the tree is going to start off as a T. Basically, you're going to think of it as like a pyramid. So it'll start larger, and then we'll work our way up. So I'm going to take this leaf here. Go ahead and clone this guy. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to edit this guy. I'm going to select this guy out of its container. Boom. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move this object into here. I'm going to scale this down. I'm going to manipulate this in a better position here. Alright, here we go. And then I'm going to clone this guy. So I'm going to clone, clone. And as I'm cloning, I'm going to scale up. So I'm going to scale as I'm going down. So I'm going to scale down as I'm moving up the tree trunk here. So I'm going to scale. I'm going to rotate down because I'm trying to get this curve here. So let's make sure that we're not like putting our leaves like this, where it's like falling. Almost looks like a different type of tree. So what we're trying to do is like a pine tree. So we're going to flip this upside down here. I'm going to scale as we're moving up the tree trunk. Clone. Scale down. Just slightly. It might not be perfect, and that is fine. There is nothing wrong with that. You'll get better as you go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and scale this down. And I noticed like I have like a lot of gaps, so I'm going to go back in here and fix all of this. So I'm going to add some more.
Oh, scale down. Oops.
Yeah. Pretty good. Yeah. And you guys can go off snap when you're doing this because it's a lot easier to position it off snap. At least for me it is. But this is looking really good. Yeah. So like you can actually manipulate these out a little bit more if you wanted to. And then like curve it up. But this is looking really good. Good job, Blade.
That's better.
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. Yep. And I'll just add some more leaves. You know, and just like keep it keep the bottom kind of like large and then scale all the way up as like coming back down as a pyramid. Looking good. Good job. Yeah. Yeah, I like how you're turning the leaves around. It's actually looking pretty good there. Very good.
Manipulate. No, you want to move the entire leaf, not do it that way. You want
So
to
we're
try
gonna
to
come
move the
back
entire
to
leaf.
you. All right, so your leaves are
And you
actually
also-
pretty good. The only problem is that they're really thick, right? So we want to thin it as possible. So let's go ahead and let's open up our
want to blow them
MakerPen
up.
palette
Can
here.
I fix it? Can I help you
Go ahead and
fix
open up
this?
your MakerPen palette. Then go to your settings. And then let's check our tube height ratio. Let's make sure that's at 10%. Cool. 10%.
Oh, come on.
All right, so
hand.
now does this look like this? Is it this thin?
Oop. Oh,
Yep, there
you
you
got.
go. Looks good.
Okay, so
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so-
split that off.
What we're gonna do is exactly what you did last time,
Oh, I'm lagging.
and we're gonna make it like a small
We're gonna
one,
split
just like-
that leaf
like what you did
off
with
from
all
the
the
rest
other
of the
ones here.
tree. Or you're gonna end up cloning your whole tree a whole lot.
All right, let's just redo this one.
Okay.
'Cause I think that
So now
you
your
put-
leaf is separate. So we can scale it up just a tad. And we can move it out just a
come
bit.
back. Oh,
Now you
You're
can
not able
start
to fly?
cloning and putting them around. And Riley, as you start going up your tree, you're going to
Sure.
start scaling them down.
oh, okay, there you go.
And then cloning. And then
Go
scaling them
ahead
down and cloning. And
delete
keep
this
going.
whole one here. Go ahead and delete this. Yep, you're just going to want to select the end because it's really hard to delete if you're not selecting the points here. So go ahead and select the top of this part and just delete. Oh, is it running? Oh, I see, I think. Oh, wait, did I? Oh, that's because, okay. You might. Let me go ahead and delete this guy here. Okay, cool. Alright, so now that we've kind of got into that, I want you to go ahead and create, yep, there you go, halfway. Very good. And then pull all the way down on your trigger. All the way down on your trigger. All the way, all the way, all the way. Good, and then let go. And then you're going to do it again. And take all the way off the trigger, all the way off. Finger all the way off. Oh. Okay, that's really close. That's really close. All right, let's go ahead and undo that. Let's go ahead and undo. Just one. Undo. And undo one more time. And then reconnect it and do all the way off the trigger. Go ahead, all the way off the trigger. Slow, slow. There you go. Boom, perfect. Okay. Alright, so now we're just going to reshape this. Alright, go ahead and press down on your MakerPen. Yeah, so done, like it will be at the bottom. So done editing, will be all the way at the bottom. There you go. Alright, so we're just going to flip it like this. Actually, we're going to flip it to the other side. And the reason why we're going to do that is because we have this really nice shadow, this really line that covers this whole leaf. We're going to go into the manipulation tool and position it just like so, and look how perfect that leaf looks. Looks really nice. Looks really good. Good job. And then we're going to go ahead and scale this. Probably gonna bring it to a little bit of a close. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit smaller here.
I was always.
Just stick it in there. Gonna get rid of these other. Yeah, so like just go ahead and clone it and rotate it around your tree. Looks really good. Good job.
Look, guys, I'm Libo.
Nice. Good job, guys. This is looking fabulous. You guys are like pros now. Look at you. So I guess I want you guys to come back to this. Like, what you guys just learned today was how to shape your leaves. And now you guys are able to make something like this. And you can make the top of this flower here. So you guys are able to make all these different shapes now. Alright? Cool. Alright, so we're going to wrap this up real quickly. We're going to get into the next exercise, which is the last one. This is the last exercise. So I want everybody to go ahead and save their trees as an invention. And I'm I'll give you guys a moment there.
You know any way to fix the invention glitch? I've had this like for the majority of my me being on Rec Room. I've been able to unable to save inventions. It so I would hit it, then I'd name it, and then when I get to the camera part, it would be, so at first I'd take the picture and my hand would disappear, and then when I drop the camera and then put it back, it's the camera, but none of the screen shows up. So I can't make the invention.
That's that.
I wish you could just make inventions, but you don't have to take a picture, so it'd just be like the Rec Room logo.
Yeah. Okay, so I never heard of that before. Okay. Whoops. My bad.
Uh-oh.
That was me,
Who did
guys. That was me. There we go.
Yeah, so I've been getting another person to save my inventions in class.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Yeah.
has this happened anywhere else?
This happened everywhere. Every place where I have the MakerPen, it happens.
Okay. And
I think it's the larger, the more things or the bigger it is, it's more likely to happen or something. I don't know. It's like a 75% chance.
okay. I can save it as an invention for you, but you want to go ahead and drop your MakerPen?
Okay.
Go ahead and save this as an invention. We'll figure out what's up. Okay, tree. Alright, I'm grabbing my camera. Okay. I think I'm gonna go through with making inventions with you a little bit later. Alright, so I want everybody to save their stuff as an invention. It's looking really good. Good job. Yep. Get in there. Yeah. And you always want to make sure that you're scaling your leaves down at the top, but that will be your next step. But yeah, you're getting it, definitely, for sure. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these guys. And now we are going to do a big tree. So I want everybody to open up their MakerPen menu palette. Go ahead and open up your MakerPen palette. Select the tube, and we're going to select a wood texture. We're going to select a brown texture as well, a brown color. And then we're going to go back into our tube settings. We're going to change our height ratio on our second page. Here, we're going to change it to 100, our tube two facets to 10, and then our tube size to 25. So we're going to do it just like that. And basically, we're just going to draw. So I'm just going to drop my, pull my finger off the trigger all the way, reconnect, slowly remove my finger off the trigger, come back up, slowly remove my finger off the trigger, and there you guys go. And then I can manipulate it back into shape here. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm making the tree trunk at the bottom bigger, coming back up. And I'm trying to go smaller and smaller and smaller. Enough mass at the bottom, pretty thin at the top. Just like exactly what you guys learned with the tree branches. Good job. We're going to do it again. Cool. And if it's not exactly what you guys wanted to, you can always go back into your manipulation tool and manipulate down to give enough mass at the bottom here. And we're getting our tree here. Just like adjusting with my manipulation tool. Again, it's just an exercise, so it's nothing that you guys should like take super seriously, but you're just learning how to use your tubes. Very cool. Good job. And a really good simple way to do this is we could take our to make foliage at the top. I'm gonna go ahead and select smooth tube. I'm gonna select a green color and green material. I'm gonna go ahead and choose particle board. I think it looks good. And then down. I'm gonna do halfway, all the way, and then I'm scale. And there's like a lot of ways you can do this. But I'm gonna go ahead and scale this guy up and move this to the top here. I'm gonna scale him even further. This is a smooth tube. Lots of ways you can do this. Go ahead and play with it. Scale this guy all the way up.
But if you're doing fine. Yeah. You had.
Yep. There you go. Go ahead and like pull that all the way up to the air, actually. Go ahead and move that all the way up. All the way up, all the way up. Let's bring that up. Bring it up even more. Let's go. All the way up to the top. There you go. Good. Now let's redraw a shape. Let's go ahead and start at the bottom here.
Very good.
Go ahead and just start at the bottom here. Just hold down on your trigger all the way down. Good. And then just pull it up about here. Let go of your trigger. And then reconnect and then pull it up. All the way up here. Just come up all the way up here. Yep. And then slowly let go. There you go. And then pull off your finger off the trigger all the way. There you go. And then reconnect again. Let's go ahead and reconnect. And then we're going to pull it all the way over here. Just come up all the way over here. Slowly lifting your finger off the trigger all the way. Slowly. Just slowly. Slowly. Even more so. Alright, all the way, all the way. And then slowly lift your finger off the trigger. There you go. And go ahead and manipulate your stump back into the position you like.
Or you might have connections. Turn off connections nearby, or maybe. You've got smooth tubes off, so I recommend.
Her hands just disappear when she's inactive.
Merisa's used. So like I said, when smooth tubes is off, you get kind of the pointy and jaggy type side, but when you've got smooth tubes on, it's a lot more smoother. There you go. Fantastic.
Yep, and you can clone it and keep making. Good job, guys. Did amazing.
See, even that
Blow
is
that up,
going
and
to
you can,
look like
flip it
you
upside
have
down.
a blow up piece, right? You can flip it around, make it look like it's going outwards.
Yeah, there you go. And then you can just stick it on top of here and clone a couple of them.
So, I would also recommend scaling up your tree a little.
All right. Yep, you're doing pretty good there. All right, happy. Let's make it wood. Actually, let's recolor this wood. So let's go ahead and open up this MakerPen palette. Let's go to the first page, which is like the shapes. It's like select shapes, and let's select a wood material. So you have like your cardboard. The wood one's like the second one. Let's go ahead and click on that one and click on a dark color, and let's like recolor these wood. There you go. Yeah. And then what you can do here is that you can actually use your manipulation tool and pull this all the way up. So you don't have to have it like
Always try to
stump like
use
this.
your
So you can go
MakerPen
ahead
to
and
move
pull this one
things.
all the way up. To the
It'll
top
let
there.
you snap back to a position you want to. If you grab it with your hand, you'll take it out of world snap.
Yep. So you want to select the top part here, and then use your manipulation tool. So make sure
So you
that your
should
pink
probably
one is
work on your
selected, so it's on your
leaves,
MakerPen. So make
making
sure
your
that
great big
the
leaves.
bottom manipulate tool is selected, and then make sure that you're just selecting on top of this. I want you to go ahead and select. Oh, yep, that could happen too. Yeah, might been running into problems there. So go ahead and select that, and then pull it all the way up. Yeah, it's not working. Let's see. Oh, it keeps grabbing the floor. Okay, yeah. So the weird thing about tubes is like the collision is different. So if you are trying to select in the middle here, if you're pointing your MakerPen in the middle, it's not going to select it. So what you have to do, whoopsies, what's going on here? Let's make sure to freeze that. That always happens. That's okay. Let's make sure that we are always hovering over the tips. You always want to go over the points of the tube. You can't go in the middle of the tube because it's not going to select it. So you want to hover on top. Oh, yeah. That is different, yeah. I don't know what's going on there. Yep. And just like pull it with your MakerPen. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, it might be something weird going on here. Yep. Go ahead and drop your MakerPen for example. Might be in a weird state. Yep. Go ahead and just drop your MakerPen. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead in here and I'm selecting the point. So I want to select this point because I want to pull it up. So I'm selecting my manipulation tool, hovering over it, kind of get this green highlight. So I'm gonna like select. Oh, yep, select. And when I'm selecting, so I'm gonna go back. When I'm selecting, make sure that you just select quickly. So you're just gonna click. I'm gonna click on top of this really fast. I'm gonna see kind of like a box, and I'm going to manipulate up just like so. So go ahead and give it a try. There you go. You did it. Yeah. Yeah. And you could connect another tube and make it smaller up here if you wanted to with this one. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's good. Good job. There you go. Boom. And then if you want to make this longer, just manipulate the top of this, just a real top here, and pull it out. Good job. Cool.
Do you want me to take a few pictures?
Hello. Doing good over here? Yep, looking good.
The same one.
Yeah, now you're a pro. Look at this. This is great. All right, so we're gonna draw our leaves now. Let's go ahead and draw our leaves. Yeah, let's go ahead and draw our leaves. Let's pull up. Let's choose a different material. Let's go ahead and let's go to the last page of our material list and let's select particle board. You don't have to select particle board, but it's kind of one of my favorites. And then go ahead and select a color. I'm going to choose a green. And then I'm going to be on smooth tube, which I think you are on. And then we're going to select and kind of make that smaller. So we're trying to get like this, kind of like what we did with the tree trunk at first. All the way down and then let go. And yeah, there you go. Perfect. So we're just going to move this, just turn this around, upside down. and I would just like turn it upside down. Go ahead and turn it upside down. Like rotate it around. Go ahead and use your rotate tool. There you go. Awesome. And then scale it. Use your scale tool and scale it from the center and scale it really big. There you go. And then just clone it. Just position it and clone it, and you got your tree. You guys are doing an amazing job. Oh my gosh. Good stuff. Love it. Alright. Go ahead, if you guys have your tree done, go ahead and save it as an invention. The class is now over. I will be going over a couple of rock formations if you guys want to stick around for that, but you kind of already know how to do that at this point. But I'm just going to elaborate on it. If you guys want to stay for that, you can. You don't have to. Yeah, looks good. Good job. See, you got your tree. You made your tree. Look good. Alright. Go ahead and delete this. Now, okay, let's say I want to make some rocks here. Go ahead and select kind of a dirt color. I'm going to select like a kind of a gray color. I'm going to make sure that I'm not on uniform. I'm not on smooth tube. I'm going to be on like a kind of a square. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom here. Scale it up. Go off grid here. Recolor. Oh, it looks like everybody left. But yeah, you guys can make your own rocks too. So like you can use rocks as squares. You can draw it in a way that kind of like looks organically, and then clone it, and then you can put like a really nice green on top of it, which kind of looks like a moss or grass of some sort.
But remember, these are tubes.
Yeah, these are tubes, guys. These are tubes. So everything that you guys learned in this class, you could pretty much do all of this stuff now. All of this.
Intense.
You guys are pros now, okay? Okay, cool. I would say that the class is now over. I'm going to end my stream. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to see how many people actually are watching my stream because I haven't been keeping track. 8 are watching. That's great. Well, I hope you guys had fun or learned stuff or just hanged out. That's cool too. It's not all that, great to just stick around and watch a full boot camp. Especially if you actually know everything, which, it's fine. But hope you guys have a good one. Thank you guys for watching and participating and being great as always. But remember, be creative and give your rec room best. I'll see you guys around.